It is Wednesday, January 5th, 2022, here with my live show. And, of course, this show, we're going to talk about some of the line moves that we've seen, the overnight line moves, as the lines come out the night before. And then when they open in the morning, we see sometimes some violent line moves. We're going to look at some of these. We're going to look at some of the dogs on the board. Who are the live dogs? And then, of course, we're going to look at who the public is on, see if it's worth fading or riding. And sometimes, some people get a little bit too enamored with fading the public, but the public is right about half the time. So we have to find out what are those spots, kind of like yesterday, where we saw that over in the LSU Kansas State. And really my thought process there on that game, outside of, the general numbers and everything like that, was that I thought Kansas State had a really good shot of getting there by themselves. And I think, when that's the case, all these comments about freshman QBs and, walk-ons and all that other stuff kind of go out the window when all you need are 7 points from one team, and because garbage points, they certainly happen. But anyways, this show also going to be available in podcast form. Of course, we did our 7 picks in just 5 minutes. Boy, sometimes that's a little easier than others. Today, I kind of got sidetracked on some stuff. I think when the live comments are coming hot and heavy on that show, it definitely makes it a little bit tougher. So I'm even getting from my friends are texting me now asking me about that San Antonio Spurs pick. Was it money line or was it total or with the points? And the answer is both. But anyways, so it's actually 8 picks. Thunder's 2. But anyways, we got a lot to talk about today and plenty of games coming out. So let's get to today's action. Looking at the NBA, so Kevin Thomas is doing videos for us now, with us. He's not for us, he's with us. And, he's new at doing these individual videos, so we're trying to get him into the swing of things. You guys have seen, Romanelli and Ruffalo. These guys have been able to do it. So I thoroughly believe that, other cappers can do it. And it's not just going to be Kevin, it's going to be other guys as well. And so he did Philadelphia versus Orlando, and it cut out. So I have to reshoot that one this morning. So if you're looking for that video, that's the reason why it's not there. Of course, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel. But like I said, let's just get right into the picks here. And let's look at the NBA, see if we have any line movement here or inverse line movement, anything that looks kind of fishy to us. We see a lot of money coming in here on the Philadelphia 76ers, but as we said, as we look at the betting tools, really doesn't look like the best play here, as the Sixers not traditionally a very good road team, and the Orlando Magic have covered the spread as underdogs versus the Atlantic 5 times in a row, getting 8.5 points here with the Magic. It just seems almost too easy here on the Sixers. I'm going to take the Magic in that one. I like the way that that's looking. As we kind of drop down here, look again at some of these lines and some of these moves. Charlotte, Detroit kind of hanging in there flat right now, despite real big betting action on Detroit, but big money on Charlotte. So the big money is coming to Charlotte. I see 110.5 out there. That's it. The rest of them are 10s. It's getting a little bit heavier on the juice though. When we look at the Spurs and Celtics, this one 8, 7.5 range, kind of bouncing back and forth, but the world is on the Boston Celtics. Usually when it's the world, that's when I start to worry. The Warriors, some nice look there on the Warriors with light betting but heavy money on the Warriors, and Brooklyn Nets against Indiana. This is another one where the public just seems to be all over it. And I don't mean the public as far as the betting numbers that we get from these places that we're not sure what these numbers are. I'm talking about what we see, in social media, comments, things of that nature. So those of you that are just joining us, I'm going to start doing this show every day. It's also going to be available in podcast form, where we're just going to, look at some of the stuff that's out there, see if there's anything unusual, see if we could find some live dogs and maybe some money line dogs. You guys that have been following me for a while, or been watching our shows or anything, you know that I don't usually stick to the standard bets. I like these alternative lines, and usually those are the opportunities where the books have one team favored, and the public kind of jumps on board at that. And then sometimes, so last night I kind of took it on the chin with Providence, on that. But at the same time, every other thing I bet hit. So I'm good, not going to win every single one. That's for sure. But, my premium picks, those are the ones that I really am hitting hard. I will bet other picks outside of my premium picks, but I will say those are the ones that I hit the hardest. So we 3-1, we'll take that any day of the week. But looking at some of these other games, the Toronto Raptors here against the Bucks. The Bucks had that bad loss, so people are probably the mentality of the general public in situations like that is, they're going to play really hard coming off of the loss, as opposed to looking at that maybe there's a serious problem here, and we have to go by that. That it's not like they took it easy or anything like that happened. Something happened there where they lost that game, and they lost badly. So either there's a vulnerability there's a problem, or someone didn't do their job, and we'll figure that out as we go. But there might be some value here betting against the Milwaukee Bucks. A lot of these teams just absolutely depleted. I think that Miami-Portland game is one of those games, just a good place to not do anything at all. And the Utah Jazz here in bettable range again. Anything below 4 with Utah Jazz has generally been pretty good to us. Going to move on, look at some of these college games, and this is where I really saw a lot of action with the lines this morning. I'm going to guess notifications didn't go out on YouTube for this. I think they went out for the last show, but not for this one. I'm fine with it. But anyways, if you're out there, be sure to leave a comment, smash the thumbs up. It's always weird when no notifications. I always feel like I'm sitting here by myself. But those of you listening on the podcast, I guess it doesn't matter to you. You're just looking for some picks. See if we can get that. Oh, that's strange. Anyways, we'll move it along to college hoops. So DePaul taking on St. John's. A little bit of line movement here on St. John's. It's kind of odd because it's one of those things where it looks like less money is on St. John's, but the line is moving higher. So you have inverse line movement with St. John's. I think DePaul is the better team, and but DePaul, we've seen them struggle every year. The same question this guy asked on the last show, and the answer is still the same. That the VIP show comes out at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday, and on the weekends it comes out early. Sometimes we do a combo show on days where there's light schedules. But it's the same answer that I gave on the last show, and it's the same answer that I'll continue to give. I'm not really sure what answer you're looking for, because you asked it on the last show. I gave you the same answer. It's not going to change. That's for sure. I don't understand. It's always tough for me when no one wants to sit here and answer the same question over and over again. There's nothing fun about it. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, I just don't. I guess you didn't hear it. I guess maybe. I don't know. Anyways. That call in the Lakers game on last night, Vegas wanted them to cover so bad because the Kings had 99% of the money. I don't think that really. I think you guys overthink that. I think the Lakers are just playing better basketball. It's like right now, the Kings are not a team that we can ever rely on. The Kings they're the type of team that's like, you could be up by 20 in the first half, 25 with the Kings, and not feel good about it. And that's the issue with the Kings. Is like, you can never. I never feel safe with the Kings. ever. And it's like I try and avoid them. So I did a video on Alabama versus Florida. So Renzo Brothers, I know is premium, is one of our supporters of our channel. So I answer game questions if you're a supporter of our channel. Only supporter level or higher. I gotta bring up the regular YouTube, but I did do a video on that one, but that's okay. You know, this line is moving, and it's one of those weird things that if you look at the consensus report and you know, for our website, and it's something that I look at, but I look at it after I do my picks, right? So I don't base anything off of it, but I see a lot of cappers are on Florida, but I'm not sold on them. I'll tell you that much. I am not sold on the Florida Gators one bit. For me, it's either Alabama or no play on that. But Lorenzo, we will see then. This guy, I don't know. He leaves the same comment every day, and I have no idea what it means. But we're going to get rid of him. There's been a lot of line movement, you know, in these college basketball games on these overnights. I put my picks in the night before on in most cases, but I put my picks in the night before, but you know, sometimes I wake up and the line moves, and that happened to me last night with Providence, you know, the night before, and Marquette, and I still would have stayed on Providence. You know, I still wanted to stay on it. But we'll keep it rolling here with some more of these picks. So Eric is asking about FIU and Bethune-Cookman. It's not one that's really on my radar. I can't really rally behind a 15.5-point favorite in FIU. It did look easy when I looked at it last night. I mean, that Providence Marquette, it was like Marquette jumped on them early. Providence reeled them in. And then it was like one of those things where it's just that avalanche. Yeah, I see that on the FIU Bethune-Cookman. I looked at it last night, the game, and it clearly looked like FIU to me, but 16 points. When you start seeing 4 or 5 point line moves, you have to remember it's like there are people now that are on both sides of this thing. You know, the people that that got it at 12 are now probably on the other side at 16, just trying to look for that middle. So that's all part of it. So I don't know. For me, FIU Bethune-Cookman is a pass. If you must, you know, if it's something that you got to do FIU. But I don't, you know, once you start getting into, you know, line moves of 25%, now you're starting to talk that you're not looking at the same thing, you know, not even close. A lot of people are just jump on these games just saying, well, if, you know, this is an early game, so you're going to see a lot of action on it. Tomorrow we have a lot of early games as well. Yeah, of course, a lot of people are going to bet it because it's early. I should have done a video on it. It's really what we should have done. It's the degenerate game. I got guests here, and my niece and nephews and my niece's friend have been here for about 8 days now. So it's like they're in and out of the house, using the pool, the hot tub. I mean, they're all around. You know, they're at the beach doing all that kind of good stuff. But it's like when they're here, they're, you know, using the pool and the hot tub, sitting outside a lot. So it's like they leave the door open, you know, because they don't know any better. So it's like all these flies. So got to do something. They're gonna have to call the exterminator after this. Yeah, well, you don't need to miss my take on Alabama and Florida. There's a video out there. And, of course, we only take questions from people, pick questions and game questions from people that are supporter level and higher. It's $3 a month to be a supporter of our channel. So I don't think it's too much to ask. We've asked people in the past to hit the like button and things like that. But, never seems to work. So that's why we went to this method instead. So if you're one of those people that didn't hit the like button when we asked you to for the last 4 years, well, that's how we got to this, where you need to be supporter level or higher to ask questions, because I feel that we give out plenty for free. I do. I feel like I just feel like we do. So we still give out tons of free picks, all of that stuff. The VIP picks, did they all cash? I had Kansas in the VIP yesterday. I know that they won. I think Brian's pick won as well. But that's the premium and VIP. It's like it's the best value out there. But let's get back to looking at some of these games. Like I said, some big line moves. So here's one that I think is one of the more interesting games out there. I don't have a premium on it, and I didn't do the video on it. But Creighton against Villanova. This is a monster matchup. And, of course, Creighton did some damage to Villanova the last time they met. So, will Villanova go for the revenge, or does Creighton just have their number? That's what I always worry about. I think one of the things that we often hear in these revenge spots is about the revenge angle on these games, but the problem is that sometimes they just have their number. So this game took place at the end a couple of weeks ago, where Creighton just pounded Villanova. Creighton was 7.5-point dogs in that game at home against Villanova, and they beat them by 20. It's kind of like what we saw last night in the Clemson-Virginia game, which I gave out that one out as in the premium YouTube. I gave out Virginia in that game. And, I think Villanova has the guns to win this game and to beat Creighton, but do they beat them by, double digits because of the revenge factor alone? I think it's one of those games where it's like Villanova might not be covering the entire game, and they hit a couple free throws at the end. We've seen Villanova do that, right, over the years. How many times have we seen it where Villanova is laying like 10.5, 11, in that range? You don't want to go any higher than that. And then all of a sudden it comes down to the end of the game. They're never outside the number. They're always kind of in that range, and then they're never there. And then at the end of the game, they hit a couple free throw. So no, I don't win every pick, not even close. I'm hitting in college hoops. I'm up like, I don't know. College hoops. I'm hitting in the 57% range, 58%, and I don't know. It's like, for me, if I can hit in that 58% range, that's pretty much where is my goal. If I can beat that, then that's fantastic. But I know in that 58 plus, I can make money. No doubt about it. So the pick that I gave out today that is not a premium pick, that I kind of regret that's not a premium pick, is Miami against Syracuse. I think Miami's going to beat them up. I think they have no problem in this game. I think that game is a layup. And it's a pick that I would have given out as a premium pick, but I got so excited about it, I gave it out in the parlay video. So gave it out twice. I did the Miami. I did a video on Miami, Syracuse, and then I gave it also out as a parlay and in the parlay. And I don't see how Syracuse even gets a whiff of a cover in this game. I mean, this is like, of the free picks that I get once in a while, I have a free pick that's, that I just love. And you guys have heard me do it on other shows and over the years. I love Miami tonight against Syracuse. Love them. So take Miami in that one. I know they have illness issues, but I don't think it stops us. The other game, so here's the other big line move, that Iowa State and Texas Tech. So Iowa State opened as a 1-point favorite. This line is up to 4 in this one. And it just to me seems like a lot like I think people are going to be looking at that Marquette Providence line move and thinking that this is the same. But this Texas Tech team has been in some super tight games this year against really, really good teams. I can't get there with Iowa State. Can't get there. I'm sticking with Texas Tech. I just think that this Texas Tech team is so underrated. You look at their losses this year. They lost to Gonzaga and Providence. They beat Tennessee on a neutral court, and Tennessee reeled them in. They had Tennessee beat dead to rights the whole way, and Tennessee reeled them in at the end, and then they got to overtime, and they were just cold-blooded. I think that, Iowa State is probably the most improved team in the country. Coming off that loss to Baylor, hey, it's Baylor, right? And they covered the spread in that game. And, we've been riding Iowa State pretty good this season. They are the most improved team. But at the same time, Texas Tech, way underrated here. I'm going to take Texas Tech in the points. I'm thinking about sprinkling a little on the money line, but I would even take this on reduced. I think this is a 1-point game. I think that initial line was right. That's about where it should have been. When you see the home team favored by 1, that means that the other team is the better team because they're getting home court points, right, by the books and that. I like Texas Tech there against Iowa State. Not a popular pick. I know that, and I'm good with it. So Notre Dame and North Carolina is another game that I don't have a premium pick on, and I don't have any kind of pick on, but I like North Carolina in this one all the way. Notre Dame is not a good team this year. They are not good. They beat Kentucky at home, and they generally have that big home win. And North Carolina, they got beaten up by Kentucky, 98-69. But, Tennessee shot horrible that game because of Texas Tech's defense, right? It's like when a team shoots horrible like Providence did last night, you have to give credit to the other team's defense, right? Thank you for everyone that is joining us at the supporter level. It's $3 a month, and we appreciate it. It's not about the money, obviously, at $3. We don't even get to keep a good portion of that. It goes to YouTube, who earns every bit of it, and they're awesome. We love YouTube. But, it just shows that it's like, at least, people wouldn't hit the thumbs up, but at least, they're willing to show that you're support us. We appreciate it. Thank you. The YouTube money, I use it to pay a lot of the stuff around here, but obviously the $3, it doesn't go far, but, you do it times a few thousand, and all of a sudden it starts paying for stuff. We have more shows, more things going on. You guys can obviously see, the betting tools, things like that. You guys obviously see where everything is going. But Carolina has beaten much better than what they face here. Much better. They lost to Tennessee as well. They lost to Purdue, and they lost to Kentucky. I mean, that's who North Carolina has lost to. There's not like a Notre Dame on that resume. When we look at Notre Dame, the loss to Indiana, they lost to Boston College, 73-57. They got absolutely stomped in that one. But I'm going to take. I'm gonna stick with North Carolina in this one. They're just. I think when you're getting the better team, why not on a light number like that? Well worth taking the chance. Now, Romanelli is not feeling too well these days. We'll have to see what videos he'll be doing, in the next couple of days. But hopefully he's feeling a little bit better. We wish him well, of course. And, I've been in touch with him. I talked to him this morning. But like I said, he's kind of under the weather. Romanelli's in the protocol. He's in the PickDawgz protocol. Oh, man. That's about all for me when it comes to these college hoops games, as far as the ones that I want to go over. If you guys have any that you want to go over, that's fine as well. I'll flip over to the NHL, see if we can get any Mitchie Pucks action going here. Of course, NHL, not really my jam. I normally just go to the betting tools on that. Well, everyone had a chance to be on the shows and everything. We ran our Become a Capper contest. And we have winners. We have new people that are going to be coming on board. I don't know. There's not a lot of people have printers these days, I guess, is part of the problem. But there's no NHL on the betting tools that I see as far as dog props. Let's see if we have anything as far as the other place I look on here is in the dog parlays. See what else is going on. I don't even know what's on the NHL schedule, to be honest with you. So Edmonton against Toronto. The road team has covered the puck line in each of the last 6 games between these two teams. So we'll take Edmonton on the puck line against Toronto. St. Louis to Pittsburgh. The Blues have covered the puck line in 7 of their last 8. But that one is at minus 215. And just those two. So let's see if I can see anything as far as these NHL games go. There's only 3 games. So there's only 2 games. So that's the issue right there. So we have the Oilers and on the puck line. And Oilers puck line and the Blues puck line, which does not pay very well. Yeah, we don't have special guests. We have a list of people from the Become a Capper contest that want to be on shows. So we're going to go with those people first. They already proved that they have something to bring to the table. They ran the gauntlet there. I mean, Mike Jones, you're not even a supporter level. You know, what exactly do you bring to the table here? It's like you didn't enter the contest and you didn't, you're not really part of our community. So I'm not really sure what that would help us. Yeah, we have Edmonton plus 1.5. We don't need 2. No reason. We don't play those type of bets. We don't play to not lose. When you're playing even numbers like that, those are people that play to not lose. Not people that are playing to win. We always play to win here at PickDawgz. But anyways, still, working on this show. It's a work in progress, like everything, like all of us. Be sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed. We're ready to hit 69,000 subscribers, which is pretty cool. Just a little over a year this channel has been going. So we are the most watched sports betting YouTube channel, which is freaking amazing. It's humbling. It's amazing. Who would have thought? But anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Got about 2 or 3 minutes here if anyone has any more question. But of course, if you have picks and any of that stuff, be sure to leave it in the comments if you want to be a supporter of our channel. There's the link. Yep, the supporter level is $3 a month. It's 10 cents a day. Yep, we don't take pick questions unless you're supporter level or higher. We did NBA picks to start the show. And of course, like I said, we don't do pick requests unless you're supporter level or higher. It's $3 a month. If you have other questions. How many people were brought on board so far? The winners of the contest. But none of them have been signed up. Nope. If you were supporter level, yeah, you would have a badge next to your name. Yep. Watching every day, my bank doesn't take that. Neither do people's paychecks that I have to pay to be on these shows. So it's all good. We asked people to hit the like button to do things that way. And, you saw where that went. I really don't have an opinion in this FIU game, to be honest. I'm just struggling with it. It's not one that I would bet. And it's like, I do like degenerate gambling, but that's not the spot a spot for me. There are other people that might have that one better than I do. How do you become a supporter? I put a link in the comments. I've done it twice, and now I'll do it 3 times. It's $3 a month. You guys can ask away questions, game comments, whatever you guys like. Like I said, we tried it with the thumbs up, and it just didn't happen. It's like, just, it's like you'll have on our other live show, we'll have like 900 people watching and a total of like 200 likes for the entire day. And I don't think it's a lot to ask. And, it helps us and it costs you nothing, but wasn't good enough for people. So this one at $3, whatever. Anyways. We don't need the money. We just want to support the people that support us. That's really all it's about. You think $3 is going to make a difference? Have you seen my house? Have you seen how I live? I mean, I have Rolex sitting on my desk, just sitting here. It's been sitting there for months. You think $3 is going to matter? It's just It's just to show who's part of our community and who isn't. That's all it really is. It's like, why do I love giving free picks and I love doing that, but I'm not going to sit here when we can't hold them accountable to hit the like button or anything. It's like, that's all we asked. People didn't do it. So unfortunately, that's where we are. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love doing this show. I love giving out free picks. We give out more free picks than anybody. And, of course, we'll be followed here. Joe Madden, Rod Zawacki, and Brian Bittler. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have an awesome day. We had a capper contest. And if you didn't enter, I won't be hiring you, no matter what sport you cap. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining. Have a great day.